G'day everybody, and welcome to Asrnz's official coverage of the GT3 Season 1. We are at Silverstone tonight. It is round 8, and as usual, right beside me here, I have JB. How you doing, mates? Round 8.
Yeah, g'day Davo, g'day viewers and listeners all around the world. We know you're tuning in to this great stream here at Asrnz.
Of course.
We're getting down to the business end now, so why wouldn't you be tuning in? So it's great to have you all here, and it's great to be sitting next to you too, Davo.
Yeah, awesome. And look, here we are at Silverstone. It's an enduro tonight, and it's round 8. You know, like we're getting through the season here a little bit. And it's probably, what a great segue, which is probably a good time to have a look at the points. Here we are, round 8 at Silverstone Enduro. What do we analyse from the data, my friend?
Well, we do know that the last round at Misano, being the sprint round, the weather played a little bit of a factor in that second race there. And my God, that was great to watch the boys battling with it. A few different strategies had to be played out.
There was.
The ultimate one was the wet tyre. The guys that stayed on it almost burned it out, but it was better than slick on a wet track.
As was clearly shown by a couple of guys that took the gamble.
So that did have points implications there, Davo. And we did see our series leader, Jake Mckellar, actually have his first blip, let's call it a blip, where he got pegged back a bit, and Mckellar actually made a bit of ground there on him. So what we do know, Jake Mckellar is still our points leader from the start. Man, he had a great season. 484 points.
Now, it wasn't an overly good night for him either, was it?
No, it wasn't. But now that gap to Mckellar in second has closed right up. It's only 8 points between them. It was a 22-point gap. So that's a huge bunch of points. Like you wouldn't think.
Definitely a big bunch of points. Definitely.
Yeah. And Glenn Dewar, actually, he had a pretty good round.
He drove well. He
got a second and a fourth there.
Yep.
As Mckellar got 2 thirds. So what I'm saying is Glenn never really made ground on Nick. However, Nick made ground on Jake.
Oh, both of them did, yeah.
So now, 29 points adrift to Nick. Glenn is, with Josh Vedeka actually, now closing in on Dewar. So
I noticed that.
Is this the first time, Glenn might be looking over his shoulder?
Yeah, because he's had a pretty good run through this. He's sort of been hanging in that third position and hasn't really had to look over the shoulder, has he? Because he's had that a pretty healthy gap back.
Yeah, he did have a bit of a shocker at the start too, Dave.
He did have a shocker at the start.
He probably should have been further up, but look, everyone has a bad round too. So
every championship's different.
And look, we did rattle off some stats about Josh last round, and we know if he's not winning, he comes second. And this is championship land. He's already had 3 firsts, 2 thirds and a second.
He knows how to chase.
In this championship.
Yep.
So Josh will want to get on that podium, and this will be his worst result as it stands. if he gets a third. So that's one to watch, him charging through the field, and how the boys up the front react to that pressure. If I just go back, we say Ashley, he's in 5th, Mudgee in 6th. And Wilton in 7th through the pro class. Then we don't need to look much further into we get to the Pro-Am class. So Gunter Rowe, 8th overall, leading the Pro-Am class. Now this one, Davo, is even tighter than what we see at the top. 344 points. Look at the gap to Brad Robinson. Two points. Oh no, 2 points, 342. And then Maxwell Hawkins, another 3 points behind on 341. This round, they could be completely the other way around. So
there you go. It's like literally 3 points between the 3 drivers, isn't it? It's all 4. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm looking into the practice session at the moment, and Gunter's not even here. So at the moment, it's a free kick to Brad Robinson. Really, Maxwell Hawkins and Mule.
And Mule, as we don't see the rest of the field there on the board. But yeah, Mule is right there, not that far away as well. So yeah, definitely a free kick for those boys. You're so right there, mate. And just looking at that board at the moment, a couple of little things that really stand out is immediately to me is that Josh Vedica missed the first round totally, so he has no points for round 1. And is
right there.
Is right there, and looking at challenging for third position in the championship.
3 rounds to go too, Dave.
Mate,
so this is far from done.
It is far from done.
But this is where a bit of a mental game starts getting into the heads of some of these boys. We can't forget about the guys behind the Pro-Am too. Our new guys, our cadets in the AM class. Vaughan Martin, he is leading the AM class, 13th overall, doing a stellar job in that Porsche. And look, he's 302 points. Bob Laycock is next best on 275, and then Mike King on 262 points. So they're a little bit more spread out, probably about 15 points between each of them, but that's still not done there. That's going to fight. Brendan Rolfe a little bit further back. He's had a few retirements and did not start, so don't think he's going to play into that AM category. But look, some hard luck stories there. Aaron Enright, he's way down. He shouldn't be down there. PC issues and stuff. Steve Melling's back tonight.
Yes, Steve Melling is back tonight. After a work injury, I think it was, busted his wrist or his forearm up a little bit, and that really pretty well puts the racing,
And he's out on track at the moment, Dave.
Yeah, so I don't know how he's doing time-wise, but yeah, out on track already today.
We've got 12 minutes left of the free practice session here at Silverstone.
Yeah.
It is a great track, steeped in history, this one. Formula One cars love racing around here, as do any mark car, really.
Yeah, plenty of history here at Silverstone. Yeah, one of those classic British tracks. A lot of these real classic F1 tracks were built on old airfields, usually bomber airfields, and this is another one of them. Awesome stuff. Not a lot of elevation, but geez, they make for great racing. Silverstone, one of the best. JB, what are your thoughts, just quickly, before we go to maybe pick up an interview?
Yeah. I mean, it would be great to have a chat to Steve-O since he's come back. He's only done the first three races. But my thoughts on tonight's racing, it's going to be, tough being the enduro. I think we've seen that most of the guys are opting not to take a tyre. They're making the tyre last the whole distance and just really just starting with their fuel tank at about 120 litres and topping up the other 20 or so litres.
Whatever it takes,
Other cars, we know the Bentley's super economical here, so that's not going to have to stop for as long to pick up the fuel. The guys are getting better at their pit stops. We're not seeing as many drive-throughs.
But we are still seeing the odd one. Look, and what more critical time than in an enduro, JB, to get it right. Double points round for the enduros.
Double points round, yep.
But look, this is enough chit chat. I think we're going to have a quick chat. This is why we're here early. Let's have a quick chin wag with another driver. We've been sort of going through this over the last couple of weeks. What have we got tonight? Who have we got? Who's coming up first, mate?
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to actually talk to B-Dog for a change. We haven't really had that chance and opportunity to speak to B-Dog. He has been here for a lot of the rounds. He's had a couple of retirements, but he's hanging in there. Welcome to the comms box. Brendan, do we have mics on?
We're not at the fridge. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, hey Brendan, we've got you in the comms box. We're just live on stream at the moment. Your car is the Aston Martin. How are you feeling here at Silverstone?
It's one of my better tracks, I suppose. It's an oldie but a goodie, this one, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And anywhere you're struggling, or parts of the track that you enjoy more than others?
Definitely those two tight hairpins are a little bit of a struggle. But yeah, getting better and better though every time I race this track, I think.
Yeah, because the rest of it's pretty flowy, isn't it, at Silverstone? So once you've got a bit of a rhythm up, it's a pretty nice track to drive. But yeah, a couple of hairpins just there. Shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, they do, totally.
Yeah, so your plan tonight, B-Dog, what's the mindset going into tonight's round?
Yeah, not bad. I'm going to shake it up a little bit tonight. I'm going to try a different strategy.
Yes, you can elaborate.
Yeah, I'm just not going to take tyres. I'm just going to try and save some time.
Yeah, nice. That's I would say a good strategy there, to be honest. So just get that pit stop right. You will no doubt make some time on some of the other cars.
And how is the Aston on the fuel?
I think it's a little bit more hungrier than others, but it feels good with a full tank. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
Yep. And without a tyre change, you're going to be quicker in the pit stops anyway. If you're just taking a little bit of the juice.
Yeah, she might be a bit slippy at the end, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, maybe put a little bit more fuel in it, so it's just a little bit more, a bit more weight there.
I look, wishing you the best of luck at Silverstone tonight, B-Dog. We'll get you back so you can get your head in the game, and I know drivers' briefing's coming up shortly. So, good luck, go well.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
There you go. It's great to hear another voice.
Quick insight into B-Dog's head there just before we go to driver brief and then enduro at Silverstone. JB, we've got about
I think we've got time.
7 minutes or something. Come on.
Yeah, let's grab Steve-O down.
Let's get Steve-O Melling.
Yes, let's grab Steve-O Melling. He's
has he got a hand free? He's got two hands now.
Yeah, that's right. He might have to... Hey, welcome back. We know you've been off with injuries there. You've had the first round at Hungaroring and Nürburgring, the second round, and you're back. You're back just in time for Silverstone, the back end of the season.
I'm not an easy race either, an endurance race at that. So I am driving one-handed. And yeah, I'll be feeling pretty tight at the end of that.
I bet. I just thought you might have just turned the force feedback right down to nothing and just given it a crack with both hands.
I've got that force feedback on a dial I can adjust as I'm racing, so if it gets too much, I can just sort of turn it down on the fly. So I might end up with it down yet.
Well, Steve, your best time at the moment in the practice session there is a 2:01.8. Yeah, 2.2 seconds, 2.3 seconds off. He's Mudgie's flying up the front there, isn't he?
All these boys at the front, how close it is. Like,
yeah.
It's on at the front.
Actually, that's a great time from Maxwell. Just noting that up there.
Oh, that does happen. Yeah.
And amongst the mix there. But look, Steve-O, hey, welcome back. We wish you the best of luck. Go well tonight.
Yeah, just hope keep it straight and be there at the end. It'll be enjoyable. Hey, thanks guys for your work all season long too. It's been awesome to watch it.
Yes.
Thanks, mate. It's a pleasure. I don't even want to say thank you because I should be paying you. But no, thanks, mate. And we can tell by the numbers that the boys are watching. So awesome stuff.
Quickly, what's your strategy tonight?
Full tank. And I just actually had to ask because there's a few guys in there. It was all pretty quiet, but I think one guy spoke up and reckons, mate, we've been caught out before with guys that didn't get the tyres and got very little fuel, and I think from now on they've all decided that that's the fastest way to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're
I'll
right.
do that.
Yep. Sounds safe.
Well, you've had that luxury of watching them play it out for the last few.
Well, that's
without-
right. For a few weeks at least.
So good insight there. So yeah, go well tonight, Steve. I hope your wrist is gonna do well.
Yeah, watch me on
best
the
of
pit
luck.
entry. Mine's dodgy as, and turn 1 and the other turn 1, the 2 turn 1s.
Yes.
Pretty wobbly.
Okay.
And that's when the other hand comes up and was like starts to assist a little bit because
Yeah.
it's like, man, yeah.
God,
So yeah, I
I
apologise in advance.
wish we had like real life helmet cam with Steve.
I was thinking about that. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
To prove that
Okay.
that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Look, I know
Look.
you've got driver briefing. We'll get you back up there
Yep.
so that they can push on. Best of luck, Steve. Welcome back.
Thanks, mate.
There you
User was
go.
moved out of your channel.
Awesome stuff. Quick insight again into another driver. Steve Melling back for the first time after, oh God, it must be 5-week break at least, and with a broken wrist. So good to see him back. I think we are in driver brief at the moment.
Yeah, yep, we are in driver
JB.
briefing. There's two and a half minutes really counting down to hereabouts. The temperature here so far at Silverstone is 23 degrees. Nice warm conditions there, track 29. Now look, it is a 60-minute free practice they've just had on the Friday.
Yep.
They're going to go into a qualifying session around lunchtime on Saturday, and this will be an 8-minute quali that they have to run. This time they don't have the hot lap like they have previously been having in the sprint rounds. So what they're going to have plenty of time to get out there and bank. Probably long track, Davo, nearly 2 minutes. So
Yep.
they'll probably get an out lap and maybe another, depending if they might get 4 if they're lucky enough to get over the line. But I doubt it. 3 flying laps, I'd say. Plenty of time to find space on this large track. Yeah, 20 drivers in the house. And that will set the grid for our Sunday's race at 3 p.m, which is an hour 15 minutes long. Gonna be a doozy, Davo.
It's gonna be good. Hour-long race. So let's pray for nice weather
Our quarter, 75 minutes.
after last week. I tell you, the weather was epic. So anything could happen at Silverstone.
Yes, and now I have done a couple of little sighting laps myself through the week, and it reminded
Nice.
me when we were talking to Steve-O, actually, he mentioned about a couple of turns and some of the guys in their pits. Now, that pit entry is going to be one to watch. The guys that have practiced that will do well. The ones that haven't, not so well. That's going to be one I'd love to get on board with some of the cars as they approach that, Davo, because as they come in, it's so fast, and it's a kink, and the pit limit board is actually still around the corner, and the car, the walls come up so quickly at the speed, and generally the amount of times I've seen cars stack it into the left side of that pit entry, they could possibly damage their car before they make it into pits, even if they've had a clean race car the whole time.
Absolutely, and
So they're more likely to damage their car in pit lane than on track here.
Yeah, for sure. We spotted one or more, I think, drivers that we were clocking speeds into the pit lane there earlier, JB.
180 kilometres. they're coming into the pits there.
And clearly getting very close to the wall, one or two. So, full commitment. Without a doubt.
Without a doubt, Davo. So they are going to roll into their quali now.
Awesome stuff.
Now, through the practice sessions, we just saw Mudgee in that Porsche very strong. He was the quickest of the lot down in the 1:59.3s. Maxwell Hawkins, that was an outstanding practice session from him. He got himself only a 10th behind Mudgee. So that was great to see him right up there. Obviously, Nick and Jake were right up there as well. So, gonna be good.
going to be good. I think one of the, if not the first car out on track here for qualifying for round 8 at Silverstone is Josh Vediger in the Ferrari, who we were also clocking times on in late practice. And the Ferrari, interestingly, was like quite a considerable amount quicker in some spots, but also slower in other corners. So that's why these lap times are so close, JB.
Yeah, and we're going to see the strengths and weaknesses of the cars play out here. We know that they certainly have those different strengths through corners and top end and in the straights. That Lexus really quick in the straight line. Quick word I've heard from Mark, the Porsche was really good over that, that one lap when the car's quite light. That being the Porsche, but bit of a different beast when it's loaded up with fuel. So
yeah, okay.
I'm thinking his strategy, he was about 50-50 on what he was doing. That was last time I talked to him down in the pit lane.
Yeah,
and,
wow.
He might be looking at going the 50-50, and if you're taking that option, you're going to be taking more fuel. So if you're taking more fuel, I'd be taking tyres too.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys, clearly from what you just described, I'm just going to have to sort of take it as it comes and feel their race out, yeah, depending on what's thrown up in front of them or what they've got to deal with, we will change throughout the race. So, but with the theme has been no tyres and a splash of fuel from most people we've talked to.
Yes, that is definitely the way to go. Now look, it's a decent lap. We talked about nearly just under the 2 minutes. The fast guys breaking under that 2 minute mark. It looks like they're all nicely spread out on track.
Not a one-lap dash, so they've got a bit of time here. We've got 5 minutes or so to go. Look, we just watched Josh come across the line. I think I've got the wrong start-finish line. Yep.
Yeah, there's that. Well, it's a bit of a funny one, Dave. Okay. There are 2 start-finish lines here.
Okay,
there
so
is one big pit complex with the
so
Formula One.
Let's address that right now.
We're not on that one.
We're not on that one that we just went across. We are actually on the original and the traditional start-finish line for Silverstone as they run towards this back complex of corners now. We'll just stick on Josh Vediger's car. We've just actually done a lap with Josh. Like I said, I think he's probably the first car out on track for a time.
Yeah, car 99, the blue and white Ferrari. We've talked to this young man quite a few times. He's great at winning. One handicap that he will have this round as he crosses the line, a 1:59.5. That's a really good time straight out of the box, Dave.
Wow.
That's an outstanding time. Hey, that's going to play him up on, definitely
just
up in the top,
McIndoe.
top 5 for sure as this shakes out. I would expect that Mudgee is going to probably be the car to beat here and on pole.
Well, Jake's already got 59.3, so he's sitting on 1 at the moment.
Yes, he is. We have seen Mark Mudgee's best time of 1:59 flat throughout the week. So, yeah, this is hot pace straight out of the box, Davo.
Yep.
Well, we see the car of Bobby Laycock just sitting back in the pits.
Has it been out? Oh yeah, he's done a time.
Yeah, so these guys, they will cycle their tyres up, whether or not they get the best yield out of it off that first flying lap that they get.
Is to be seen, really, isn't it? And I will just pick up on Maxwell Hawkins, actually. He pedals the beamer through and across the the other start-finish straight and into this back complex of corners. Maxwell not doing too bad in pre-race practice. JB.
He had outstanding pace in that free practice, Davo.
He's had a bit of an up and down season so far. When we talked to him the other night, he sounded like he had a different, screwed a different head on his shoulders a little bit and was a little bit more focused than he had been throughout the early part of the season. So,
and up on his time too. And there he goes, he pops into 5th.
Yeah, nicely with a 59.955.
We know there's more in that BMW
Definitely.
than that. We see Gunter has made it into the server, so that's good for him, as you'd want to be leading that Pro-Am class. Staying up here,
Absolutely.
turning up to every round is what count.
Well, to miss this enduro round this late in the season would be just kissing it goodbye, really. We'll just pick up on Steve Melling's car, who we actually just had a quick chat to before we cross to the qualifying here. JB now,
black and red Lexus with the
guy
day glow rims.
Yes. Now, when we got the footage going on Steve O's car, he was actually intense. This guy was driving one-handed.
How do you drive a race car one-handed, Davo?
He tells us he drives it one-handed, but look, I tell you.
One of the trickiest sections of the track here, Maggots and Pickerson, look at that as he tipped that car, and that just certainly looked a bit unsettled. And now I'd say that's to do with the one-handed driving.
You think so?
as that section is super tricky. We've seen a lot of
There you go. So good luck, Stephen. And
good luck, all right. You're going to need it, bud.
And good luck anybody that's... he's pulling it off.
He is.
He's had enough.
Josh Vedica down to the top. Here we go. 1:59.1. The times have dropped. Mudgee 1:59.2. But Mckellar, sorry.
Oh, Jake Mckellar's done a 59.1725.
He has, but it must have been a cut. No,
He's on one.
Oh no, he is on one. Yeah, sorry, my timing board is going lies here, Davo.
And Vedica with only 30 thousandths of a second, is it? Or 300ths of a second.
And the qualifying session is over. We're in the wait time now, so the cars that are left on the track are the only ones that finish their laps. Yep. So as we see them roll across the line, Brad Robinson, number 860 McLaren, in 9th. We saw him have a stellar round at Mazzano in the first round. He got 2nd. Yeah, that was a great result for him.
Quick note, Glenn Dewar on intense currently.
Yes, what's he doing back there? That's struggling, and in the pits, so...
Yeah.
There's
a couple of boys behind him that can still pick that time.
That front row, look at that, looked out. 74 of Wilton is still back there on his lap. Brendan Rolfe in the 79, we talked to him. He's coming around the final bend. And
so Wilton, I think, heading down into that final complex as well.
Actually, just noting that B-Dog actually taking opportunity to do a pit stop there, which is good, because if you haven't got a good lap, what better time than just go and practice a pit entry
at 180. Stay away from the wall.
Here we go. Wilton across the line. Is he going to improve?
Oh,
2nd. He's on the front row.
Whoa!
Oh!
Where did that come from?
Well, it came from being the last car on the track, picking up all the grip from everyone else. But listen, Mckellar's time, a 1:58.8. That is the first time we've seen anyone under the 59s. Jake not carrying weight this time around, so he's let loose.
Wow! Because he had a shocker last week, and scraped some weight off him, and damn, how quick is that Lexus?
Wow.
And Farmer, just out of nowhere, but we were nearly What the hell was going on there?
Wow.
Who would have thunk it? Josh Rediger after Farmer in third.
Madre in
In
fourth.
fourth. There you go.
Maxwell Hawkins 50. Aaron Enright, great qualifying for Aaron Enright there in sixth. Nick McIndoe, we know he's challenging for the lead with Jake Mckellar. He won't be liking seeing Mckellar up there with Nick back in seventh. Nick Davidson in eighth. Brad Robinson ninth. Glenn Jewett 10th. Shocker for him. Third in the championship at the moment. Damien Jarks, welcome back. Jarks, it's good to see you again in 11th. Ashley Vediger 12th. Mule 13th. Pete FC and 14th. Vaughan Martin 15th. Gunter Rowe 16th. Steve Milling 17th. David Zero. Brendan Rolfe. Bob Laycock.
There you go.
That's the boys done.
Wow, look, Farmer getting second just topped that qualifying for me. It was looking a bit, like, oh well, just the usual suspects. But there you go. Jake McKellar, another highlight. A 158, and a 158 8.55. Like, it's well into the 58. It's no just a 58. So, top lap, man, from Jake.
Yes, Davo. Now
Wow.
it's down to the business end though, where these guys will be setting their cars up, getting ready for a totally different car. It'll be loaded with the fuel. We talked about that 120 odd kilos. So that's a heap of weight in the boot of these big cars. Depending on what they start with, I'd imagine they'll all be starting full. Yes. Nervous times for them all. They'll be going through their pre-system checks, making sure that they've loaded the right setups. All their temperatures and PSIs are right for all their tyres.
Of course.
Again, we haven't really touched too much on the tyre sets. It's easy to trip yourself up and put on a set of tyres that you've already used. That is not good if you've practiced the shit out of them through practice and then whacked them on for the race. That'll be terrible.
Yeah,
that'll be a disaster.
Either end of the race, the start or the back end of the race.
But these are the little things, Davo, that you've got to think about, and easy to just overlook little things sometimes in the heat of that moment as it rolls through a session. But not much they can do about it once they get to the grid and have locked it in.
Absolutely, and these are the nervous few seconds as we count down, 50 seconds to go before they roll off for their sighting lap. It's a rolling start as usual.
So that's a good
and quite a long lap actually, just for the outlap. So
nicely clouded over too.
Well,
track's looking pretty grey, and
it's Silverstone.
It is.
It's like when we go to Donington, it's just, God, anything could happen. Even if the weather report doesn't show it, it just could happen. So. But fingers crossed, everyone. Look, we do have actually a fairly good forecast for today. What do we got there, actually? Track optimum temperatures are at 22 with the track at 28, so not a bad set of numbers, really. Watch this space. It is definitely overcast as they roll away. JB.
Oh, yeah, isn't it a great shot as they just get off the line and wow. But it's nice to see the 20 in the house here tonight here at Asrnz. It's a good solid amount of cars you need for a race, and look, everyone here throughout their classes, they're going to have someone to race with. We can see that through the points how they're nicely split up there and spread quite evenly. Look, we talked about the Pro-Am class earlier. Maxwell Hawkins, stellar job up in fifth there, way ahead of Gunter Rowe and Brad Robinson, who they're fighting for. We said there's only 8 points separating 4 of them for that Pro-Am class, so big swing already in Max's favour at this stage.
Yeah. Where is Max now?
Fifth place.
Yeah.
Vaughan
So,
Martin, and
there
just
you
a
go.
reference to the viewers, if you need to keep up, if they've got a white label next to the driver's name, that's the Pro category. A dark and kind of grey colour is the Pro-Am class,
And
and then the red is the Am class. So, Vaughan Martin, look, where is Mike King? He is not present, and that's a real shame not to see Mike here. It was really going well. So, Davo,
JB.
what's going through the minds of these guys? What do you think they'll be feeling?
Look, I'm just watching the nervous weaving of the cars. We know they do get a little bit of temp into them. Not a lot though, but I think it is just a bit of a, psych. Just to get your head in the game, get the feel of the wheel. I think it was that one of the cars in the wall at the back there.
Yeah,
but,
I just saw that, and looks like the car's already got damage. The bonnet to me looked like it's up already on Brendan's car.
There you go. So,
and looking very second hand actually. That is not a great way to start your endurance race.
Definitely not. But when you get up the pointy end here, these guys are seriously focused. No weaving. Staying in line, getting ready to fan out and get into that rolling start position. A little bit of a shake from Farmer. Like I said, I think it's just a part of just getting a handle on the wheel, just getting your head get into race mode more than it is a tyre warming exercise as they start to shape up now. This is round 8. Thanks everyone for joining us on Twitch tonight. Enduro, we're at Silverstone. It's getting close to the end of the season. Double points round. Boys are all gridded up. 20 in the house, JB.
Yes, and I've got my eyes on Farmer. Go Farmer! He's up the front. Oh my goodness, wouldn't this be a story?
Cameras on Farmer as the boys come around the final corner.
Side by side, no overlapping.
Nice formation actually. These guys very neat and tight all the way down through the very tidy stuff. First row of the grid, round 8, Silverstone. We have a green light. Turn 1. Nice tidy stuff. Very
side
close.
By side with Farmer and Jakey there. Look at this Farmer. I think it's got the run here. They're having a little touch already as they into Maggots and Beckett's.
Maggots and Beckett's and this and that, and what is the optimum run there? Left or right?
Well, the optimum run is staying on the track, Dave Hogan, so easy to run off there.
And Farmer has, as we see there, look back through the field, very tidy, no cars off. A little bit of side by side in the background there, looks like Mule and Gunther.
Maxwell Hawkins up the inside of Josh. Is he going to have
side by side with Joshua? Yes, he's definitely got a line on Josh.
He's got the inside line there, but that only gives it back to Josh there.
on the right hander there. Mark Mudgee on the just in front of that, as we just see. Who's that? It's Enright. Just getting a bounce off the ripple strip there. Put McIndoe right past him very quickly.
And that's a crucial position for McIndoe there.
Absolutely.
He needs to be close to Jake here.
And follow him too, yeah. And he's still got Josh and Maxwell in front of him, so
they are so bunched up there, aren't they, Davo?
He's got some work to do. Still out in front. Get out of the chopper and have a look at this field coming down the straightaway. Nice stuff. Gleno in 8th.
The top 3 have broken away, Davo, a little. That's the cars of Farmer, Steve Wilton, Jake Mckellar, and Mark Mudry, and the Porsche just really gapped it.
Haven't they? And Mudgy actually leaning on the back of Mckellar's car already. So Mudgy coming to grips with the old Porsche. I know he's probably not the biggest fan, but he's definitely sort of got a liking to it throughout the season, and he's got quicker in it.
Yeah, they are.
Take a quick look back, and we've got Josh Rediger wriggling that Porsche through that first complex of corners. Who's right behind him?
Maxwell Hawkins right behind him, Nick McIndoe, Aaron Emmerich, Stuart Jarks. The train just goes all the way down Hanger Straight, Davo.
Yeah, two laps in, and it is well bunched.
Now look, we do know that Josh is carrying the maximum ballast as well, 30 kilos on that Ferrari. He had the double with Mazzano last week, so his car's just pegged back a little bit there. Also, the car, Glenn Dewar, carrying 25 kilos, and Nick McIndoe only 20 kilos. So,
yeah,
those guys, you know, they should be back. They've got the pace to be up front a little bit more, but the handicapping of the BOP there just doing its job nicely. Give a few more opportunities to the others.
And these guys racing with the BOP, like Gleno and McIndoe and stuff, are quite happy to do it. It's it really does. Wow. It does keep it all together. But look at
look at that, Davo. We've got the car of Wilton and Mudray have done the fastest lap of the race.
Both
they've done identical times.
Yeah, they both got it. Yeah, it's
8.157. That's not often you see that.
And we could see it on screen there actually, because Mckellar's car pulled away from the Porsche and really started to get up on the back of that BMW. Wilton with probably a little bit of a mistake, lucky not to. He's got to keep his head clear here, doesn't he, JB?
Doesn't he, Davo?
Because Jake won't let up on him, neither will Mudgy.
No. And look, we know Farmer, he's very quick on when his days are on, and he's leading the race at the moment. It's fantastic to see that. But you're right, Jake can keep that pressure on.
He will. Okay, so
Glenn Dewar, a little bit further back, he's up the back wing of Aaron Enright there.
Right.
So that's a great position for Aaron to be in there. You know, he has had a really tough run. We know he does have good pace too. So fingers crossed for him that those gremlins have all been shaken out.
And they're not that far behind that McIndoe, Maxwell, Josh Rediger battle. So these guys are all very close together, like you mentioned before. Damien Jones, another driver that's recently come, is right behind Glenn Dewar as well. So another Bentley, probably getting a little bit of a tune-up setup from those boys, but all the same, right there in that big front pack. It's a really big, it's nearly the whole top. It looks like the top 9 guys are close. So even after a few laps like this, you'd normally see it spread a little bit, but very close stuff. Enduro tonight though, JB.
It is, Davo. Hey, look, I'd love to let the viewers see what Mark Mudray's doing behind the wheel in that Porsche.
Yes, let's have a look at that.
As they just begin their lap and they're going through one of the real technical sections here where you want to keep that flow on the car through Maggot to Beckett. They're going to approach into Hanger Straight here. It's not the quickest in a straight line, the Porsche. So it will suffer down these big straights, but when it gets down to the tight stuff, the car's very nimble and agile, and it really gets off the corner well. So you see him
and it stops well, doesn't it?
Yeah, see how he's a little bit off the cars at the moment, but this is the sections where this car will just creep up and into them. And we go through club, and this is a section here where the Formula 1 pits are on the right.
So nearly 180 kilometres an hour exit there. Deceivingly quick corner.
Super quick corner here too, 230k through Abbey and Farm. And this is, see the strength of this Porsche, he's all over the back of Mckellar, and this is where this Porsche is strong through this section here.
Yeah.
They call that the arena.
Yeah, for sure. And now he'll be the pressure from the Porsche here from Muddy with that pace is just taking a little bit of pressure off Farmer.
It does
in front, doesn't it?
As a driver, you know, you do try and keep your eyes forward, but it's hard to ignore that car that is really attacking the back of you, and sometimes you just need to cover your line a little bit more than what you'd like, and Mark really close to the back of 117 of our series leader, Jake Mckellar.
And Mckellar's deserved to be covering his line because given the chance, Mudgy's up there, isn't he?
Oh, look, where's Mudgy in the championship? 6th overall.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's probably away from a podium position here, but he'll be going for wins, no doubt about that. Championship leader or not, you know.
That's exactly right. This is a race. We're racing for position here, brother.
Yep. And this is where the head smarts of Jake's going to have to kick in, and are these battles that he wants to get involved in or not?
Yeah.
So
Does he race the race or the championship?
Yeah.
Exactly right.
At this stage, he only needs to keep Mckellar behind him. So
yeah, that's the important thing. At the moment, Maxwell Hawkins currently showing as the fastest lap getter. JB.
Yeah, 159.55.
So there you go. A nice race from Max. And actually pulled away from Josh Rediger there, I noticed, and McIndoe in doing so.
Yeah, those two cars carrying BOP, remember, Dave?
Yeah, I know, but these guys are no slouches. One is second in the championship, and then the other one is Josh Rediger.
Yeah, that's right. You can't just get on that guy. Oh, Mudgy having a dive on Mckellar. Oh, that was close.
Okay, I'll see if
that was close.
Did the camera guys get onto it, I think? Let's have another look. They have got onto it. Nice work from camera boys here at Silverstone. They're onto it. They've been here before. Nice close stuff. Again, we're talking about the twisty stuff. Mudgy gets right up close. Again, like we've been talking about. Oh, too close.
It was so close, and there's a point of, you know, where if you make contact on the back of that car, it's just going to spin around because it is going to be on a lot of lock.
And no one wins. No one wins that race because both of them have got to slow down. One's a readdress and one's backwards. So nice, clear head actually from Mudgy to get that thing pulled back up and carry on. Twitchy looking Porsche there. That's a fast looking car tonight, JB.
Absolutely, Davo. Just cast my eye back a little further down the field also, and I've picked up on that Mick and Doe Dua battle. These guys, you know, they're 2 and 3 in the championship overall, and they were. Doesn't look like it on track at the moment.
No,
they're that close, but they were very, very close. And this is, this is going to be a tough gig. They might just stay there or thereabouts. These two, where they are. They are weighted cars, and probably
and it is an enduro. It's just a big long race. They guys aren't going to really get much chance to get the undercut, are they?
But one thing that will be going through their minds is Glenn will want to be in front of Mick and Doe to close that gap, and Nick will want. Oh, look at that! We
stay in front.
Dua just slide their car. He's really not looking good there. We did see that Bentley of Dua sliding a lot. Remember, Davo, when we were watching the sessions going through the speed we're looking at the speeds, and as he was going into Maggots and Packers in the back end of that, Bentley just looking really nervous.
Yeah, so interesting stuff. And we have seen the Bentley a little nervous throughout the season already. Oh, massive slide actually
He saved
from the
it
Bentley.
and caught it, but
Caught
the
it,
gap now
and it
just-
was in the bloody back end was in the grass. So
that was lucky because
not a bad effort.
yeah, once the cars
Mike.
get in the grass, it's pretty easy to then put it in the fence or the wall. So
Absolutely.
great save there.
Yeah, nice, well done, Gleno. But yeah, it loses some time from that, and
Ashley,
Enright runs away a little bit.
just picking up on Ashley making a beautiful pass on Mule as they go into through the past club and through Abbey there. Mule having another look back. Not over yet, Davo.
Okay, we'll stick on it. Oh yeah, touch the push up nicely inside.
Side by side, and this is a great battle actually. Yeah, we've got Ashley
and
Mule,
Pete Apsey in the
and
background too. So
we know Urza, you're watching there from
Italy,
overseas,
yes.
and you'll be cheering on your man Dave Zero in this this tight battle that's going on here. So,
And I just see Dave Zero in the background.
no, they just
spin.
This as we pick up on that, that's not what we want to see.
It's not,
It's
obviously
not
not
what you want to hear either.
But
Urza.
it is footage, so let's just keep it there. But where was that battle? Glenn Dewar, Aaron Enright, Nick McIndoe, all these guys with a little bit of clean air. Josh Vediger, clean air. Maxwell, all just starting to range up on the back of the first, second, third battle.
That's what's happening here, Davo. They are racing hard, and Farmer's not giving up his position in P1, and this is great stuff. And it's buying this, like you said, Maxwell just buying into it.
Yeah, just starting to creep up on it. He's definitely got that BMW has got some pace on the Vediger Ferrari, which is amazing and awesome. He's pulling away from that Ferrari and now climbing all over the back.
I've just seen the Mark Mudgway Porsche just lose the rear end as he's tipped into, as he's gone through Maggots and Beckett's, and he's just...
He just pulls back out on the track there now, actually. I see that.
Did we get a...
I think the boys are all over it.
Yeah, look, he's just come through the start of
so
his...
easily to do. Here we go, through the left, into the right.
And it's unsettled straight away. Oh, and he'll be kicking himself over that, and there's nothing.
Keeps it off the wall. Wow.
And he's just had to take to the sand there, and he's rejoined.
Nice work.
Way back, and he's lost
one position at least.
And now he's got Josh breathing down his rear wing.
Now, look, I noticed that car being twitchy through there the lap before. And I mentioned that it looked twitchy, it looked like it was fast. There it is, it just bites him straight away. Has he not got enough wing on that car?
Yeah,
something's wrong there, isn't it?
It'll dent the confidence a bit
He'll be cautious.
And we did say as they fill these cars up, Davo, they react a lot differently as they do this change of direction thing. You might have had a nimble car that was beautiful through some sections where you can just tip it in and, you know, kind of rag the car a little bit and get that slide on. But with all that weight, we know that Porsche carries the fuel in a strange place in the car, and it just really sloshes around and upsets that balance big time. And we saw that as he tried to turn in there. The car balance was just not there.
Yes, I think the Porsche carries its weight awkwardly, always, everywhere, with everything. Always has. But they're a lot better these days. But yeah, full of fuel. The boys do struggle with them a little bit, you know, especially if they want them to go fast. So there's a clear example. Mark all over that thing season, and just tiniest little mistake. It is a long race though, JP, mate. Hey, he's still right there. He's dropped one position.
Yeah, and it's only gifted Maxwell Hawkins that position now. Now
That's
he's
right.
he's just ranging up slowly closer and closer to the back of Jake. So
again, and that pressure on the back of Jake will give our comms team brother Farmer a little bit of breathing space. Go Farmer.
Go
Good
Farmer.
thing. What have we got after that?
What I do now is I can pick up on a bit of the chat that's coming through from Italy, and I'll just read it out here. I don't know how it's said in English, since it's not my mother tongue, but it's definitely looked like you picked the worst possible time to take a look at Dave Zero. So,
well, there's no doubt about that. We noticed it as well. Every now and then. Every now and then.
And that is what we call the commentator's curse.
Oh, yes,
and I don't know how to say that in Italian, but it seems to be a common theme for commentators.
Definitely. So that's why we flick off it so quickly in case it gets worse. Anyway, as we pick up on Enright with Glenn Dewar tailing, Glenn was close before and lost a bit of space, but what has stayed static is that Damien Jones car right behind has kept a fairly even gap, I think, behind Dewar.
Dewar really having a look on Aaron now. That gap has closed up.
Yep.
And I'm just noticing that.
Oh, see that wriggle from Dewar.
Yeah. It's just something that he's having to deal with, isn't it? It's pretty strong in most of the track, but just a little bit of that change of direction stuff. It does like to, wag the tail a bit.
Mate, and these guys, he's been racing with that thing doing that the whole season. So their reaction times to deal with that is.
Being the Bentley, you'd think it'd be suited to this English track. You'd think they
countryside,
tested the crap out of it and have all the right dampers and springs. And
surely this is their test track.
Well, maybe they've put some of the wrong bits in the car today, because it certainly looks fast, but it looks like a bag of shit, to be honest.
Yeah, tough car. It's but it has showed form throughout the season. It is in third position currently in the championship, so no bloody slouch there. JP.
Yes, excuse my Italian or French.
French-Italian. Okay, just a quick scroll back from 10th position onwards. We've got Ashley Vediger in 10th position. Awesome stuff. We've got 20 guys on track tonight, so Ash Vediger, 10th position. Mule in 11th. Brad Robinson in 12th. Gunther in 13th. Good work to turn up tonight, mates. You need to keep those points rolling. Steve Belling back after a busted wrist for 5 weeks. Vaughan Martin 15th. Nick Davison in 16th. Pete Apsey in 17th. Brennan Rolfe in 18th. With a bit of a crooked looking ass. Bobby Laycock in 9th. And Dave Zero rounding it out in 20. These guys all sort of have a little bit of air, except for a couple of them.
Talking about air, the pit window is open. We see our first of our pit stoppers, Glenn Dewar, just getting out from the back rear wing of Aaron Enright, trying to find himself a new spot on the track. As
okay,
he's
so
actually just
he's been in and out. Yep.
He rejoined it behind Gunter. So the first of the stoppers, Glenn
Dewar.
He'll be racing to the end now. We've got a green box next to his name, which means his stop has been completed successfully without drama. So that's great for him.
Yes, and also Dave Zero, because we see he has run through with a green box and has no penalty either. So nice work from Dave. Yes.
There you go, Urza. Your man Dave has completed a perfect pit stop.
Which is critical.
It's
to be
absolutely
honest.
critical. So yes, the battles thick through the
Ensue,
field.
doesn't it? Yes.
Brad Robinson actually, Davo, having a real good battle there with Carlo. And look, these two are in the Pro-Am Championships separated by peanuts. So Mule right in there, racing hard.
Yes, and
His eyes are on Brad Robinson, because this is for potentially a position change in the Pro-Am class.
In the Pro-Am class.
In the championship. And we know coming down to the back end, these guys are fighting for everything. And look at it, you know.
With Gunter right up there behind as well, so.
Yes.
So, top little battle there. Actually, Gunter looks like having a go. Better drop back one. Oh, Gunter. Very, very sideways in the Toyota.
Oh, gathers it up. Luckily, sorry, my viewers, I talked about Glendura rejoining with Gunter earlier. It wasn't Gunter, it was Pete FC. Okay, he gets cleared now just to clear that up. But Gunter, yeah, Brad and Mule, really, that's a lockout battle for the Pro-Am class right there.
Yeah, yeah. That's all three of them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all three of them.
Yeah.
Separated by, well, we said there was not many points at all.
No.
And look at them on track. Separated by inches as well, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunter might be kicking himself there for that's a little unforced error, pushing a little bit hard.
Yeah, and because he was right up behind Mule there, actually, and definitely worthy on taking, you know, like the position, and pretty well threw it away there with just, I think he sort of pulled back a little bit, you know, and just that slower entry can really put you off, can't it? You know, like you've changed your rhythm, haven't you, into a corner like that, and he gets the car sideways and struggles to pick it back up. Keeps the thing pointing in the right direction though, and chases down. It doesn't take him long. But he's around again. Is he having a tyre trouble issue there?
Something's not right, is it, Dave? It's uncharacteristic to see the car unbalance itself like that. So, yeah, whether he's pushing too hard, maybe he just needs to take a bit of a breath here and either service himself a pit stop.
So that was a clear unforced
error,
error, that one. The earlier one, they were side by side. So, yeah, Gunther needs to just... shake it out there, get that thing back on track. We'll move back up because we've got Maxwell Hawkins with
Mark Mudray has recovered from. Yeah, I just picked up on that too, Davo. That's for the third place on the podium here.
And you know Mudray will want that back. More than anyone, he'll want that back.
Yeah, look, he's going to have to earn it against young Max.
He will.
These young guys, you know, they're hard racers, and make sure great job to be up the front with these boys,
and right up the front. Look how close this top pack is,
and making no mistakes too, Davo.
So yeah, very tight front pack here. This is the top four drivers in the race. Or you can throw a blanket over this at the moment. It's tooted and thrown a little bit.
Yeah. I'm still doing a good job out the front, just doing what he needs to do.
Keeping his head down.
Mckellar, you can't help but think he's just driving a measured drive at the moment, isn't he? Just
Stop talking about Steve. I'm back to Josh now.
Back to Nick and Josh. I'm sure Urza will be loving us putting commentators' curses on anybody that will affect their race. But right, let's not look at them.
Josh, with some space, you can continue to watch. Josh with a bit of clean air, Nick Mckellar with a bit of clean air, Aaron Enright with clean air as well, Damien Jones. We know Glenn Dewar was in between Damien Jones and Aaron earlier. He's been into the pits. We've got Ashley Bettiger in 9th, Brad Robinson in 10th, Mule in 11th. Now the Mule, the Mule Gunther Road battle is on with the Brad Robinson thing going on. So Steve slipped up in there. What's going on there? Nice work from Steve to get in front of Gunther. Oh, that's right, Gunther spun. Vaughan Martin in 4th.
Yeah, tough night for Vaughan.
Yeah, tough night. 15th is Nick Davis. Gleno, first of the pit stoppers in 16th. Pete Upsey in 17th in a good cleanup. Brendan with a bit of a busted up Aston. Bobby Laycock keeping him honest. And David Zero recovered nicely from a couple of little spins earlier. Now just on the tail, I think that's Damien Jones. Bentley so doing a nice clean job in the McLaren at the moment. Let's get back.
Yeah, it's heating up at that up the front, Davo. Those 4 cars. Oh, they can see it. Or Mark Mudray, he will have the he will have the headlights flashing for sure. He's gonna have the head down, and he'll be looking to get clear Maxwell. And look, if he's pulled in that gap so quickly, it's only if he actually gets past Max, he's probably half a chance to challenge the back of Jake again, and that gap is only going to play into Farmer's hands. So,
and look, who's that in the background?
Exactly.
And it's just the longer this goes on, the longer this goes on, he's just slowly tapping away in the Ferrari.
And now you'd think that as Josh starts catching these cars, how he is, isn't it a good time to just get in, get your stop done, clear,
get out of that,
get out of that, and get on with it. And you're more than likely going to start looking at jumping some of the, making some good inroads to that top bunch there. How did Glyn where was Glyn? Glyn was a little bit further back than these guys, and he rejoined in traffic. But it's how are you going to rejoin? Is the critical one. But look, mate, if I was Josh or Mudry, you can't get that pass done in the next few laps. You've got to be thinking of just doing an undercut through
their pace
through the pit.
Their pace is so equal. You know, the gains they're making isn't enough to make the pass, really, is it? Unless there's a mistake involved. So
no, but the optimum lap speed isn't being produced while they're sitting in traffic behind the cars. So they've got to
they've got to get out.
They've got to hustle.
They just don't look that close around Silverstone. They're not bunched. You know what I mean? You call it traffic, but they all look like they've got air, you know, between the cars. But they're still not doing their optimum laps, are they?
No, I'm sure if you jumped on board behind any of those guys, the gap would look a lot different.
Of course. Well, let's just do that, guys. We'll get into Jake Mckellar's car. And please just not cursing either of them.
I'm nervous doing this too, Dave. I'm tempted to look back.
And we're just going to run for a couple of corners here. First couple legs of corners here is...
the run that Jake's getting right now is
good.
Farmer is going to have to take a defensive line here. Jake, this is the closest we've seen it. Oh my goodness.
Farmer hugs the inside. Jake, nowhere to go. But forces again on the outside. So deep.
Oh, so deep. That was so close to making contact. And that's what happens when the cars get such a bit of a tow run there. And Farmer doing nothing wrong, just holding his line, but Jake just, you know, he's not able to side his braking apex as he normally would, and look at that tiny mistake just opened the gap up again.
Yeah, and look at this is what we were just touching on. It's like, oh, have they got the pace to get up and make the pass? And there you go. You know, you get close and you can nearly get there, but it's deep.
And that was our series leader, just trying to show. You know, he's racing with a bit of intent there and showing the nose, and he's keeping Farmer honest, and you know he's really. This is why he is our series leader too, Dave-O.
He wants to lead this
he's
race.
Racing hard, and he's at the. Look, a second place here it's not going to be a bad result for Jake.
He's smart.
Oh, we see Porsche.
Yes.
Really up the back. Maxwell Hawkins now. This is.
And it's close.
Close as it can be.
Yeah.
We were just talking before. It doesn't look close, and I went until you get on board these cars.
Maxwell.
Oh my goodness, this is.
Oh, that's
these
so
are your
close, and we need to watch Mudgeway's car. That thing was very sketchy through this stuff. A few laps back, had come off the track. Hence his position at the moment. Oh, bloody hell, JB. This is heart to mouth stuff.
Yeah, the race. The watch at the moment is the battle up the front for sure. The gaps are so close, and this is for the lead of the race stuff. So you can see the gap. Maxwell was a bit closer to the back of Jake before, but look, that gap's opened up a bit. This is because the pressure that Mark Mudgeway's putting on Maxwell, and it's upsetting his rhythm a little. Not much. We're talking, you know, only tenths over the lap through some corners, but and in some ways, the more Mudgey attacks the back of Maxwell, the bigger the gap becomes to Jake as well.
To Jake, and the shorter the gap back to Josh, because Josh will be, capitalising on this as these guys battle it out. Back.
Actually, where is Josh? He's right there too. So. Look, this pit window is still open. There's 33 minutes of the pit window to be open.
And still 41 minutes to run in this race. It's
a tight line that Porsche runs compared to the BMW there.
And easily.
Yeah, easily too. But then just the grunt that Beamer has and stability it has too can just allows it to hold its line.
Yeah, as nimble as the Porsche is, very nice and tidy under brakes, and get some good power down out of the corners. But
as Josh buys into this is going to start to rattle Mudgey too. So,
and was that
I'll just let the viewers know. A couple of other guys have completed their pits too. Gunter Rowe has completed his pit stop. 8-0 completed his. We mentioned earlier, and Brendan Rolfe. So only 4 cars have completed their stop so far. 40 minutes.
You can clearly see that on our pit board there on the left of the screen. Also, you can clearly see that Maxwell Hawkins still holds the current lap time. What do you?
I'm watching Josh all over the back of Mark Mudgeway now. That gap is just evaporated, and this is on.
And how to race. And if we are looking out at the back of Mudgey's Porsche at the moment, but if we looked out the front, you would see a big gap up to Maxwell, because he's looking in his mirror now.
Yeah, and look, we said.
Oh, he's not actually. Mudgey's still all over the back of Maxwell. At the front of Josh's car.
But the gap between Jake and Maxwell now is
huge,
bigger and bigger, and this is where the more Mudgey, I said it earlier, the more Mudgey attacks Maxwell, the bigger this gap's getting, and the harder it's going to be to chase these guys down. We've almost got to let Maxwell just get on with it and tow them back up to the leader.
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. This is the race for third, so there's 3 guys here racing for third position. We've got 40 minutes, a little under 40 minutes to go.
Correction, Dave, we've got 5 guys racing for first position.
Pretty. So true.
And this, look, they're starting to catch back markers now. We've got the first of the back markers, the car of 28 of Bobby Laycock. Not much further up as they exit, make it to Beckett's there on the Hangar Straight. And there, this lap traffic is going to be crucial to how this battle pans out.
Know it.
The gap between Maxwell now and Jake is just going to close back up. These cars, as they hit traffic, are going to be bunched.
Look, watch this space. Keep an eye on what's going at the back there, JB, for missing anything. But the battle up the front for an enduro race here at the moment this is tight stuff.
Yeah.
We're well into this race.
Davo, you asked me to look back. I'm watching Davey and Jarks now all over the back of Aaron Enright, piling the pressure on.
Yes, absolutely. In the Bentley, all over the back of the BMW. Neither have done their pit stops.
Car of 89 Davidson stuck in the sand.
Nick Davidson in the sand.
Yeah, just trapped them. There'll be yellows waved there, so...
Well, that's unfortunate that car is not moving. Like we quite possibly could have had a software issue there. So, yeah, so Jacques all over the back. Aaron.
Battle there, and that's the Dave Zero car. We know he did have pace. Unfortunately, he had that little error.
Yeah, just in the background
with the other car there.
Yeah.
But look, I've just got to keep my eyes on the front as they approach the slack traffic and see how this pans out for this. Davo, this is a crucial part of the motor race. Yep.
So we've got Farmer. Snaky, Jake Mckellar, round, Bobby lets him pass. Then we've got, the battle with Josh Rediger down the inside, outside.
Josh round the outside
of Mudgee. He's got the inside for the next corner.
He does.
Unbelievable. We're going to pick this up. God. We're going to look at that again.
It's going on, David, but the pass has been made. That is a beautiful pass there. Maxwell Hawkins in the pits.
Look at this. Round the outside from the front.
Oh my God, that is a beautiful piece of, and a huge amount of respect from both of those drivers to be able to do that.
And look at that, perfectly set up into this complex of corners. Slowly chipped his way back to the back of the Mudgee Way Porsche there, JB, and then to deliver a pass like that, that is impressive stuff. That's the only way. That's the only way he was going to get around Mudgee anyway.
Well, absolutely, and look, Mark Mudgee, very, very quick, talented driver, and to do that with Josh at that speed, that's just beautiful to witness and watch. Just want to let the viewers also know that Maxwell Hawkins, who was in that battle, Davo,
has
pitted, got himself out of all of that riffraff.
Yes, Mudgee's in
got his pit done nicely, got the green box, his head's down. How is he going to rejoin with Mark Mudgee? What is that going to be?
Well, one thing we do know is that he's in front of Glenn Dewar, so he's ticked the box there.
Yep. Mark Mudgee in pits, like you said, yep. Gonna love to see that rejoin. Side of Mark Mudgee's carpet scuffed up there, so they're certainly been racing hard. It's great to see. Oh, was that car just momentarily stalled?
Yeah, it did look slow.
Need to see this rejoin.
Looks like Maxwell going through there.
164 of Maxwell gone. Now look, how close was the 21 to the back of the 164 of Maxwell Hawkins before? And look at that gap now.
Yeah, it's massive.
Massive. So that's look, I wonder where Max is going to come out, Jake and Farmer then. Because these guys are, again, up the front, still line astern and in traffic. A beautiful piece of driving from Vaughan there, just to step aside and let the race leaders go through. So, well done, Vaughan.
Yeah, it's getting tight, and these guys will start to feel the pitch, and the concentration levels just get up. And they will need, they want that breather, won't they? They want to get out of this traffic. Watch this, they come out. Final complex corners. Last turn, Jake Mckellar's car. Farmer's in.
Farmer's in. Farmer, this is the biggest stop of your life, this one.
Your career.
We don't want to see you hit the flashing lights. We don't want to see you stop go. Jake Mckellar now, what's he going to do in fresh air?
Josh Rediger stays out.
What is the gap going to be like when Wilson rejoins? How far is Maxwell Hawkins going to be behind? Has he made ground?
Did he make ground? Nick McIndoe's still out. Aaron Enright's still out. Ashley Rediger's still out. So still got still 5 drivers to come in. Ashley Rediger in. Oh, nice stop from Rediger actually on the pit lane.
Wilton just starting to leave the pit lane now.
Yeah.
We see Maxwell Hawkins as he's coming across the start finish.
So nicely done from Wilton.
Done to Wilton there. He's on his way. The green box is there. The
nice stuff.
Has been completed successfully.
Oh, and a good healthy lead. If we look over the back of wing of Wilton's car, it's got. I can't even see anything. Oh, there we go. There's Max.
Max is in the back, way back. So that's a ripper stop for Farmer.
But we need to watch where
Jake Mckellar
comes out. That's on him. That's the key, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So we will just flip back to Mckellar. He's still only halfway around the track, I think.
Now,
coming to the twisty stuff before the secondary start-finish line. Yes, JB.
The battle for the Pro-Am still continues between Mule, Brad Robinson and Gunter. Those 3 cars again separated by nothing. They're all
Mule in front now,
together. Mule in front now. So Mule, what was he, 8 points behind Gunter.
All done their pit stops.
Brad Robinson 1 point behind Gunter. So they've all completed their stops. They're running line astern. That's great. It was great to see those guys.
These guys
in that category.
That's how close that shit
together,
is.
and this is
this
exactly
is
where they should be. And why are they racing so close together?
That's right. This is mid-pack racing at Asrnz. Like you've just watched for the last 20 minutes or so, for the bulk of the race, what we've been showing you up the front. Look at how close this mid-pack stuff is. It's great. This is the Pro-Am stuff.
Josh Vedica exiting the pits and Nick McIndoe in the pits. Where's Josh going to rejoin? He's going to rejoin ahead of the car, the 74 of Steve Wilton.
Really?
Absolutely, really.
Wow.
I did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming either.
That is an incredible stop from Josh.
Josh Rediger with a stop go of 30 seconds as we praise. If it seemed too good to be true, it usually is. And there you go. So unfortunate, Josh is obviously just, he could be the slightest thing, can't it? Could be entry, exit, hitting your marks. It's just the 1%ers. As you always say, JB, you know this gig. You know this game. You know that the little mistakes make.
Josh will be annoyed with that one. He's sitting in a good spot in the championship where he was, and he didn't need that right then.
No. And worked hard.
He worked hard to get there.
Through the race. Yeah.
And that, unfortunately, is his race done and dusted. No, we're seeing. The cars up the front in that Pro-Am class have all come together. I just seen them all yellowing up.
Oh,
The Mule,
let's
the
see.
Row.
Oh, okay, we're
Oh,
gonna,
no,
well, the
nothing,
boys have
nothing.
picked it. The
No,
boys have picked it
nothing's-
up. Boys have picked it up. They're tight as. They're so close. 1, 2, 3. Oh yes, Brad Robinson's got Gunther sideways. We've got bloody Mule around. It's all happening.
It is all happening. I just seen
So-
the yellows come up but look, hey, look, they've carried on and they are all still together.
They're
They've
still all light astern.
Yeah, they've respectively sorted themselves back out and carried on. So that's really good to see, lads.
Yeah, nice work. We will just quickly. I think I've got to
There's a
focus back on.
99 doing his drive-through. But this isn't just a drive-through. This is a stop-go.
Oh, and it's for half an hour. You know it.
Oh, Josh, mate, I feel your pain, brother.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate there.
Yeah. We're going to just keep an eye on the Mckellar car because we really do need to see whether this thing drops into the pits this lap. See where it comes out in situ with the Steve Wilton car, really, don't we, JB? This is the race for the top three. Now we've Mark Mudgeway or Maxwell Hawkins. So Maxwell got a good run. So it's going to be, should be, still good. Jake Mckellar, Maxwell Hawkins. But who knows, as he goes around for another lap. Mckellar stays out.
Yeah, well, look, David, there's still 26 minutes of race to go.
I know.
It's a huge amount of time, and the pit window's still open for 20 minutes of that.
At least, yeah, that's right.
So, you look, maybe if he's just in his rhythm, to be honest, he is in clear air, I'd say, as he starts to approach these back markers, the 54 of Mule, the 860, Brad Robinson, 58 of Gunther. This is a battle that these guys easily will be following that in the background with and Mckellar.
It's fierce as these guys have been going on.
And these guys are going to get blue flags. Like this, to be honest, is not what Jacob wants to be catching up on. If he can, he needs to get into the pit to get a stop done, because these guys aren't going to move over in a hurry. They're entitled to race. They will have blue flags, but like they're racing for their own positions here, and in their respected pro-am category. So
Absolutely. So we just see Brad Robertson up the side, Gunther Road. Gunther looks like he's readdressing, actually, for the little incident the boys and camera guys picked up on earlier. So that was a clean let through from Gunther. Well done, Gunther. Brad Robinson back out in front of that trio. I think actually Mule, it was a bit hard to see in the replay, but Mule looked like he was spinning in front of the two of them. And so it was unforced error. Brad
Jake's
slow.
coming in. Yep.
So
Yep, Jake's in. He had to get out of that traffic. He's not racing.
He'd raced up on it really quickly, hadn't he?
Yeah, and it was only going to slow up his lap speed overall, and then
So let's watch this
certainly
space.
be vulnerable to Wilton, because these guys, Wilton and Jake Mckellar, were locked at the horns, weren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
Crucial stop for Jake here.
Aaron Enright, another to do his official pit stop. We will stick on Jake's car.
There we go, the car 96 of Aaron Enright, now the leader of the race.
Oh, this will be close. Oh no, Farmer just coming across the line now.
Yeah, Farmer,
So-
like, this is a big game.
Big game, and I think Farmer, maybe with a bit of a slower pit stop than he probably liked, and he's pretty well given away two positions in that pit stop.
Well, look, as it stands, Jake's got a...
Oh, no, one, should I say.
Yeah, they're still where they are, but the gap's just a lot bigger now between him and Jake. Almost half the length of Hanger Straight. Maxwell Hawkins, half the length of Hanger Straight. Now he's got Mudgeway slowly catching Maxwell Hawkins for the back end of that podium. Nick McIndoe doing a stellar job back in.
So just remembering,
fifth.
Farmer was
Fourth.
leading the race. So,
Yes, so that is pass. That is for the lead of the race there, Jake.
So yeah, nice work from Jake. Good clean pit stop. Clearly the BMW team probably not quite up to point with the speed. Enright will no doubt come in the next, well, God, what did you say we got? We've another 15 minutes or so, but yeah, like you said, when they're in their rhythm, as long as they're getting no traffic, best to stay out, really, isn't it? So Enright now leading the race, last to do his stop. Oh, actually, Bobby Laycock, I just noticed, down in 16th, still.
Yes,
yet to do his stop, so.
Well, he's got 14 minutes to do it, so plenty of time. He's just really running the tank of that McLaren right to the bottom, isn't he?
Oh, especially with fuel prices.
Yeah, well, look, that's what these NASCAR drivers do, don't they? They they time their fuel to perfection, don't they?
Absolutely. So Max Hawkins, as you can clearly see on our leaderboard, is still holding down the lap record for the race, fastest lap time. So nice work from Max. Doing a stellar job at the moment. In fourth, Aaron Enright will have to come in, so he'll slot into third position. He does have Mudgy chasing him down in that Porsche. Is it much of a threat? Probably not. Steve Wilton now in front, and Mckellar taking the top spot. So, yeah, Wilton back in second position. Pit stop adjustment, should I say?
Yes, Davo. Yep. Just thinking about the back end of the championship here and how if Jake actually takes the win here, he will carry the ballast into the sprint round at where are we going next, actually?
So we're
Barcelona.
Always crunching the numbers here in the comms box,
which will gift Nick McIndoe like a weight-free car as he stands in the points at the moment. Back potentially in fifth or...
Yeah, so McIndoe doing a stellar job really, and I think Glenn Dewar as well. You know, they'll end up in fifth and sixth after Enright's pit stop at least. Still with, you know, look, we've just ticked over 20 minutes to go. There's still a big chunk of this race to go. Very tight. It's just looking at very close stuff here from Steve Melling and Josh Rediger.
Josh, yeah, that's right. The one-handed recovery drive from the 713.
The one-arm man.
I don't know how you have spaghetti arms with one arm, but he's doing a great job anyway. And he'll probably be loving the fact that he's got a car to race with there.
Oh, bloody hell.
For the moment being, but
and Josh Rediger, of all people.
You can see that car of Steve struggling actually, but
he's done well to keep his nose out of clean all night, and, you know, stayed out of trouble. He's holding that 11th position at the moment, so nice work from Melling, really. Seasoned campaigner. And, you know, like consummate mid-packer. When there was less of us, I even used to win races. So did Steve-O. But these days, yeah, too slow for that. But yeah, good work, Steve-O. Silent achiever. Always up in the championship, mate. So good work. The one-armed man at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Good work to Brad Robertson at the moment. He's cleared Gunter there, actually just pulling a little gap there on Carlo. But as it is, it's a swing for Brad in the Pro-Am Championship if this stays where it is. So he's...
Would you think it will?
Tough. Don't want to start calling stuff too early because we saw what happened to Dave Zero when we started looking around and talking. And yeah, I can't help but think Farmer might have. Oh, why is Farmer back in? Oh no, Farmer's where he is. Yeah. No, it's the car of Enright that's still out there. Sorry, that's just tripping me up.
So yeah, Enright's still out in front. With what have we got here? 10 minutes, I think, for a pit window.
Yeah, the new livery on their car, working a bit nicer for Aaron tonight.
Yep. Yeah, I think he ran that one last week as well. So yeah, nice work. And right, he's got someone grinding right up. But is that Dave?
That's Dave Zero. Yeah, so Dave really making a comeback through the field and applying
some pressure
now. Yep. Dave actually can. Actually, let's look at the speed of Aaron. Aaron's last lap was a 2:02.4, and Dave Zero a 2:02.2. So.
Dave's got some pace on him there.
Yeah, and in terms of the best lap, he's probably a good maybe 3/10 quicker only on the best lap. So it's still very, very matched for pace. Just a little bit of a nod towards Dave's race pace there. But look, Dave, you're just talking like hints, aren't you? It's crazy.
It's easily done.
Now that car off Mudgeway is starting to range up on the back of Maxwell Hawkins for the battle for the...
As we see Aaron right in.
Oh, right to the lead of the race. Finally clear his pit stop.
He's pulled up. He nearly stalled that car. This is going to be slow. He's nearly stalled that car as he's picked... I'd say he struggled with his pit limiter button.
Well, let's hope we don't see any kind of drive-through or anything pop out from the back end of that.
No, well, I think he pulled the car up to make sure he had it on. So, extremely slow entry.
Mark Mudgeway applying the Brillo torch on the back of Maxwell Hawkins for third, fourth in the motor race here. So, Mark Mudgeway coming back.
And it's just to be expected, really. Mudgy was, at the beginning of the race, easily staying out in front of that BMW. Although a twitchy little bloody V-dub it is.
Unforced error that Mark made, but he's
so
worked his way back too.
Yeah, it was inevitable that the V-dub did actually chase him back down Maxwell, but can he make the move? Like we saw this before, haven't we? He's got really close and then had to really lock the thing up to get it back behind the BMW again because he didn't have enough up the side and lost so much ground from it. So as we see him range up really close here again,
just jump in. It's twisty stuff. It's where the Porsche is certainly strong, but let's go on board with Mudgey. Yeah, like I say, let's tune it up and do a whole lap day, mate.
Let's do that. some fantastic vision there via the helmet cam of Mark Mudgeway.
While that was all unfolding, Davo, I don't know what happened or how we missed it, but Glenn Dewar has got past Nick Mckellar.
So nice work from Dewar.
That's a net gain.
That's 6, is it? Yeah. Oh, nice work.
I'm not sure if McIndoe's had an error, because he had a bit of a gap to Dewar actually there.
Yeah.
So something's happened.
Now, both of those guys carrying weight, like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, and oh God, as I see that Bentley twitch again, it just makes me cringe every time it does it. But he deals with it. Good reaction, Gleno. But yeah, McIndoe now trailing the Bentley in the BMW. Look, it's only a little over 10 minutes to go, so it is getting right down to the end of this race. Do you think McIndoe, he's a long way back here actually, JB?
Yeah, I'm not sure what really has happened there. Oh, Maxwell and bloody Mudgeway.
Yeah,
really
okay.
Still going for it.
I just got a tap on the shoulder there and just said, no, get back to that.
Yeah, Mudgeway almost like pushing Maxwell at the moment, but this is dangerously close.
Absolutely.
And this power, what's going to happen down here? Maxwell not leaving Mudgeway a ton of space, but now Maxwell, if he can hold that line, he has got the rights for this next corner, and he just needs to hold Mudgey high here, and that's exactly what he does. And you great racing craft there from both them to ride side by side. And look, Maxwell Hawke is new to this community, and to see him drive like that with Mark is just incredible to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, look, that is some tidy stuff. Mark knew he had to stay out there and had to keep that position, and you just run out of room, don't you?
Yeah, hey, I'm starting to connect a few dots here. The Wilton falling back from the car of the Lexus there. The McIndoe BMW falling victim to the Bentley. Now the BMW under attack from the Porsche. Are the BMWs falling off the cliff a bit?
Well, quite possibly. The abacus continues to work behind the scenes here, people.
It does. It's just
the beads are flicking. It's data aplenty here tonight. It's an enduro. This is always, these are the key moments of the race. It gets down. Look, all the pit stops are finished. Here we are.
Yeah, pit stops
it's all
are
over.
finished.
Your strategy is done and dusted. This is it. You got to run it home from here. Maxwell, just so much heat from Mudgey at the moment.
And actually, really doing a good job with that pressure that he's under too. Holding his line, driving not moving his car off his line, just driving
on point
each lap. And both, you can see the strengths and weaknesses of the two cars, as we saw. We're on board with Mark Mudgeway and the Porsche, how different the lines the cars take to achieve their laps. But
and as you see it again there.
And we've got to remember
Mudgey's
these
so
guys
wide. Again, Mudgey out on the outside. He's got a bit picked up a bit of dirt.
Oh my goodness, we've just picked up on that, and that is not what we want to see.
Not at all. Look.
Oh, I can't believe we
don't have any choice. We're going to make us watch it again. So, the boys in the booth who just said, no, you're going to watch that again. So they've got a replay on it. Look at here. Again. We saw this the lap before. Mudgey round the outside, out of the final corner.
And he's trying to use every inch of road just to carry that speed to keep with Max. But look, it was only a millimetre touch, wasn't it, Dave?
So close.
And
He only just glanced the wall too, like it could have been way worse. And we saw him go off in that first complex of the corners earlier in the race and missed everything. Everything. So did really well. The car's a little bit bruised. You probably just regather his senses and think.
Now something is wrong with Nick Mckellar's BMW because it's going backwards. And now he's under attack from Ashley Vett. And
are these BMWs suffering, like you said?
The Porsche now, this is like another Porsche all over the back of a BMW, but two different drivers. So
what is going on? And on the outside again.
the Porsche looking miles stronger than the BMWs at the back end of this race.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
I can't help but think that Ashley's going to get this done because look at the gap that Jewel's pulled out now. And look at this Ashley just...
Look at him. And again, like you've mentioned a few times tonight, is the differing lines from the Porsche. Because we've seen a couple of the Porsches chasing the Beamers. The differing lines from these guys, they looks like.
Look at this. Ashley,
there we go. There you go.
Straight up the inside with.
There you go.
Full confidence that car
and just
has the ability to do that, and he's got the pace
and the punch
over the
punch out of the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, so look, he will be vulnerable down the chute here, but look, Nick's going to...
Really?
Yeah, he's going to have to just wave the flag, but something's not right there. That car's gone backwards.
It has. Back and have a look at Maxwell Hawkins' car. He's in third, and probably the only reason why is because Mudgee making a little mistake back a lap or so ago. Unfortunate for him. What's the next BMW?
Well, Farmer's BMW's ripping it up the front because he's going faster.
In second position.
His last lap in second place is still faster than Jake Mckellar.
There you go.
Jake Mckellar just backing off now and cruising to the end with 4 minutes to go. But
well, bloody Farmer's last fastest lap is nearly as good as his qualifying.
Exactly. So. The Farmer's car holding onto the tyre a bit better, but...
Yep.
What a race. The time's just disappeared now, hasn't it, Dave? As we went down to the end of this Enduro 75-minute race.
4.5 minutes to go. Do you think the BMW guys have shared setups at all? We know the Bentley guys do. Right across the board pretty well. The Bentley guys have got a good sharing setup there going on, but yeah, Farmer just look. His Bentley, his BMW looks like it's a cut above the rest tonight, without a doubt. So very nice work so far.
He'll be pleased with that drive too, Davo.
Yeah, he's got his head down. He's on point tonight, mate. It's good to see. Maxwell Hawkins holding down third, held off Mark Mudgee as we wind down. 3.5 minutes to go. It's only a few more laps left. Mark Mudgee in fourth. Glenn Dewar, fifth. Now Glenn Dewar, and we were talking about Nick Mckellar. We're doing a pretty good job tonight with the weight, but Ash Rediger has Sam himself in really big bunch of clean air in between the two of them. Nick Mckellar in 7th, Aaron Enrock in another BMW in 8th position, Josh Rediger in 9th, Damien Jones in 10.
Yeah, and the battle still is gone there at the back for the Pro-Am too, Davo. Can't forget about that.
Oh, the Pro-Am Challenge, yes. Which is, we just skipped one there, it's Steve Melling, the one-armed man, mind you, in 11th, Brad Robinson in 12th, Gunther Oath, Mule in 14th. How does that land in the championship? I don't know. Get that abacus out again, JB. Vaughan Martin, Peter Apsley in 6th. No, it's not. It's Dave 0 and 6th. Nick Davison. No, it's not. Bobby Laycock in 7th. And Brennan off in 18th. We lost a couple of players for whatever reason. But Nick McIndoe and Aaron Enright at the moment, nose to tail. We have 1 minute and 47.65 seconds.
Oh my goodness, something is
not right with that car.
Something is not right with Nick. Why is he so slow? My only guess now, I'm coming down to a fuel. Has he not
conserving?
Got enough fuel? Is he conserving fuel just to get to the end? Because the rate that these cars are picking him up, and this car doesn't look that beat up, Dave.
No, and the tyres alone wouldn't slow you that much, would they?
No, he's got to be. He's got to be light on fuel.
Yeah. He's sandbagging.
This is I think definitely come down to a fuel calc. It's
without a doubt, and easily done. Again, in the pit stops, get that strategy wrong, and you got a couple of. It takes a couple of litres, doesn't it? 50 seconds to go.
And I don't know, but some of these guys will be pushing the envelope as far as it goes, and it doesn't take much to, miscalculate maybe an out lap that they have at the start of the race, which is an extra lap of fuel.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. 30 seconds. We're going to wind down. This is going to come down to the wire. I think this will be the final lap. They do a plus one, don't they?
Where Jake is on the track.
So Jake coming down.
No, this is the final lap. The race will end. The finish line's
he's
waving.
He's waving. He's happy.
Yeah, and look, Nick McIndoe actually becoming a bit vulnerable to Josh in the background, but
oh god, he's just jettisoning positions. Surely not. Jake Mckellar.
Here we go, Davo. He's heading towards the line now. Through the final corner. Well done.
Through the final corner.
There's our championship leader and race winner, Jake Mckellar. First place.
So well deserved.
And Steve Wilton. What a drive from him. He kept it there the whole way, 5 seconds behind. Maxwell Hawkins.
I am fist pumping and golf clapping at the same time for Steve Wilton. Maxwell, well done, my friend. Good, solid effort from you.
You've held out some A-class drivers there.
Absolutely.
And not put a foot wrong where they have. So, Mudgee, congratulations for what could have been Dewar. He qualified poorly, but he's made 5 spots to get into the fifth there. And Ashley Vedica, he's taken 6th space. Aaron Enright, that's a good drive for him. Into 7th spot, we saw him leading the race at one point. McIndoe finally home by him. Jesus, he had to be conserving fuel for sure. The way he was driving back. Josh Vedica with a stop go. Bid 9th. Damien Jones, welcome back, bud. You haven't done anything wrong there, but you've got yourself in the top 10. Milling the one-arm bandit. He's home. Brad Robinson, look, he's taken the position over Gunter there in the Pro-Am.
Yes.
So by a fair margin, that's all separate.
It's all baby steps. He's doing it the right way. So Gunter going 3rd and Mule in 14th. So there you go. A little bit of a change up in the Pro-Ams.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well,
just wow.
Well, Davo, I know we're going to talk to the podium getters, but
We are.
I want to talk to a couple of the other drivers before they bugger off. I do want to talk to Mudgee and just ask him about his unforced error there, because he had a strong car, potentially there for the podium, and also to find out what happened to Nick McIndoe.
Okay, well, so you do that. I'll be back in a sec.
Right, okay. Looks like what we'll do here is pull up into our comms box once I get my data sorted on my screen. Sorry, viewers. This just takes a little bit of time to sort itself out. Davo has just snuck away. I want to grab this guy
User
here.
was moved to your
We'll
channel.
just grab this guy, Mark Mudgeway, just down to the pits before we get to the podium. What could have been, Mudgey? It was a great drive. Do we have comms there?
Yeah, copy.
Yeah. Hey, look, that was a great race for you. You had a fast car, and you had an unforced error up at before Maggots and Beckett's there. So you tipped the car, and it just wasn't settled when it had a heavier fuel load on, and you had to take a bit of a wide line through past the sand traps there and rejoin before hanging straight. Lost a few positions, but you worked your way back to Max. And oh mate, you're gonna love watching that back, because that was a great battle that you had with Max, and he didn't put a foot wrong, that young kid. So, but mate, the pressure was on at the end. Talk us through how that all unfolded.
Maxi his car's fast, like it was fast in a straight line, and then the Porsche gets a good drive. He just drove really well. He just drove his lines, blocked where he needed to know. He knew where I was faster. He just drove really, really well, and I just couldn't get past him. And then I just made too many mistakes. I made mistakes on that first stint. I made a mistake in the pit lane. Made multiple mistakes. So it's really I chucked it away. But yeah, fair play to Max, bro. That was a really good race, mate.
Yeah, oh look, it was so entertaining to watch. We've got mentioned that it was going to be one for you to look back on, and also Max, you got plenty of airtime, and that's always a good one when you want to watch a stream back. But yeah, you're right, Max didn't put a foot wrong. You had the unforced errors. You had a fast car. It did look good though.
Yeah, it was twitchy. It was fast, but it was a handful to drive. It was unpredictable. A couple of times it would just let go. Typical Porsche, yeah. And
so what did you start the race with, a full tank, or what was the strategy?
No, 50-50, 70 litres. I can't put too much weight in the Porsche because it just slows it down too much. So I had no option to 50-50 it with the fuel.
Yeah, and with your fuel stop taking that much fuel, and it must have obviously made you stop for a lot longer. Did you consider taking tyres as well?
No. It was I think it was 16 seconds. I think if I took tyres, it would put another 14 on top of that. I think I came out 6 seconds behind Max. And that was with an error too. I hit the wall on the way in. I overshot the pit.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, it was a night of errors, but man, I enjoyed it. I live for nights where I have close ranges like that.
You were going fast. And you caught him back after all those pit stop errors you just talked about. You're actually right behind him again and having another crack. So
I can catch. You can probably see me. I'll catch up to him, and then he'd just pull away, and then I could get him back. And it was through that real tight chicane where I'd have to drive, but he drove his lines. He just drove really well.
We do visual engineering all the time.
We did, and it was such respectful driving that you both had with each other. And,
I don't know what happened to Josh, because
Josh Rediger.
He got to stop
there too. He had to stop go, mate. He had a pit stop infringement there, so
and that was pretty well it. That killed his race.
That killed his race.
Because that was on too, because he put the pass on me on my.
We caught a pass around the outside, which is a beautiful pass. It's all on there, Mudgey. You're gonna love watching that one back. I know you like your close racing, and that's what you sign up for here, isn't it?
100%, love it.
Awesome work, man.
Hey, look. Well done. It was great to watch. Look, I know you might kick yourself about a few things, but you had a good race, and I can hear you smiling already. So
I'll have that fourth over a lonely first any day.
Yeah, good on you, mate. That's
good
what
on you,
love
mate.
to hear.
Awesome stuff.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, Mudgey. See you next week.
Now let's find out what happened to Nick. I've got to grab him before he buggers off.
Oh, come on, we're gonna get to these.
Here we go. I've got him before he buggers off and slams the door and kicks the tyres of that BMW.
What's going on?
What happened, Nick?
You tell me, man. I got in, started to drive it, and she was, just no balance. Started chewing that front left from like lap fucking 2.
Oh, so it was the whole race. We just thought you were losing it in the back end of the race.
Nah.
It looked worse in the back end of the race anyway.
Almost questioned that you were running out of fuel. That's the rate that the other cars were ripping you over. At one point we thought it was a BMW thing, but then we saw Aaron just come past you at the end like you were standing still. So
Yeah, I
Cool.
just had no front at all. It was like that last hairpin. I'm sure I lost like 18 seconds in that one corner every
Yeah.
lap.
Yeah, wow.
It just
it's-
wouldn't turn, eh?
How deflating. It's
Yeah.
tough gig, man.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we're sitting really good there. You know, probably good 2/3 into the race, and then just wondered why you said started falling back. We noted that you just slipped behind Jua for a position change there, which was quite crucial. Yeah, then
And it
you
just got worse.
just started falling back further and further, and yeah, so
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably
pretty much it.
That's probably not a stream to watch anyway for you, Nick.
Nah, I don't think I would have been too in the mix there.
But for all
sure.
the other action, you probably should catch up on it anyway. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah.
Nah, fuck it. I'm not
That
gonna watch
come
it. Nah, of course I will, boys. Of course I will.
Checks in the mail. Awesome,
Yep.
mate.
Hey, look,
Alright.
hey, thanks for that insight. Look, you go on a positive note. You're not carrying any weight as you go into Brands Hatch, which is a sprint round. Yeah, main guy Jake. He's you don't want to see him clocking more points than what you take on a double round at. Here at an enduro. So look, we'll feel your pain, mate. Look, he is carrying weight. You're not. So go well next round.
Next week. Awesome stuff. We've got to get to the podium.
Yep.
Get us.
Roger, get
Tuck-
rid of these back markers.
Tuck-
Get them out of the con spots.
We needed to know though.
User was moved out of your channel.
He's gone. Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
Come on.
look, there's an insight. Look, okay, Davo, no mucking around.
Come on, third position.
Third position. Crikey, we've got to grab them there. They're all hanging out. They're still here in
User was
TeamSpeak.
moved to your
Of course they
channel.
are.
No, we don't have. We've grabbed the wrong guy. Hey, Neil,
Hi, Neil.
congratulations.
Bye,
yeah,
Neil.
hi, Neil. Congratulations. Yeah, the great drive. We'll put you back there.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, it's hard.
It's Maxwell. brother.
There he is. That's Mudgy, Maxwell, Mule.
They're all the M's.
User was moved to
They're
your
all together.
channel.
That's Vaughan.
Cheers,
So-
mate.
Hey, Vaughan,
Good
congratulations
luck.
on your race.
Well done, mate. You're out
Thanks.
here.
User was moved out of your channel.
Come on, do you want me to do it?
No, it's my mouse. Sorry, here we go.
User
We've
was
we've
moved to
got
your
him this
channel.
time, Dave. It's Maxwell. Congratulations on P3. What a race that you had there.
Oh, yeah, shit. Lots of ups and downs, I guess. Oh.
Mate, we were watching. We saw it all.
You got plenty of airtime. There's the battle with you and Marjorie went the whole way here.
The whole way, bro. My heart is still right now is beating
Yeah.
at ridiculous speeds.
I think Mudsy's was as well. You'll hear it the interviews when you watch it back. But yeah, Mudsy was in. Mate, I can hear you smiling. Like,
yeah, man.
and we could hear Mudgy smiling as well, mate. You two guys, so much entertainment out of just two drivers. So
He relished the battle, Max.
Oh,
he did.
And the company of the drivers that you are in at the moment, doing that toe to toe with them, is, there's no mean feat to you. You're driving outstanding there in that enduro to not put a foot wrong.
yeah, thank you. After the pit, I'd say my tyres. I think if you drag some people down, you'll hear that their tyre pressures were low and some were high. Like my right side tyres were 26 zeros, and my front left was 28.3. So it was all over the place. Overall, a main battle with my G.
You got plenty of airtime. The stream is all over it. There's in-car shots from the both of you. Yeah, look, that's congratulations on your P3. These are the races. Budgie summed it up where he said he'd rather have a battle like that than a lonely first. So they're the ones that you remember forever. And
Congratulations to both of you.
Asrnz and
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I somehow managed to pick up fastest lap as well. That first.
That's right, you did.
And held it for ages. Like,
And that was an outstanding lap at 1:59.3.
I was so surprised with my starting, let's say 5 laps. Like I was doing 59.5s, 59.3s, 59.4s, and after the pit it just went a little bit south, but still in my way.
Yeah, well, your car was set up better than what we heard from Nick Mckellar, because his car just chewed a tyre out. big time, and he had nothing. And
Yeah.
same Mark Carr, but well done, mate. Congratulations on your P3. You'll love that stream.
Excellent work, man.
And you'll also be carrying 20 kilos as you go into Brands Hatch. So
welcome
well
to the
done.
Yeah, thanks. First POP of the season, so look forward to it.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well done, Max. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep, sweet. Thanks, guys.
See you,
User
mate.
was moved out of your channel.
Okay.
I got it first time. This time, Dave.
Well, because there's only one farmer. There's only one
He
farmer.
was at the top of the list. He had these little equal signs beside his
Yeah,
name.
boys.
Listen.
Mate, we were fucking going. We were. Excuse me. We were rooting for you before the race even started.
Nice, mate, nice.
You
Trying
know
to
it.
keep it up for the
You
contest.
know it.
Hey, look, your car looked
Awesome qualifying.
awesome.
Straight up.
Straight
Qualifying.
up. Yeah.
Straight up. Bam.
Yeah,
Bam.
we were watching the quali when we were
Yeah.
like, oh, look at these boys up the front, outstanding times.
Oh,
And who's
fa-
the last
fa-
car to come?
last car.
Farmer, he leaves it
Ah,
at the end and he puts it on
always.
the front row. We were high-fiving and clapping. It was,
We were nearly speechless, actually. We were gobsmacked.
I was a little bit speechless myself, actually, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so that look, that put you in the best possible position to start the race, and then you got Jake at the start, which is
Yes.
absolutely crucial in the race because he potentially could have gapped away there with a
That
bit
could
of
have
the
been,
pace that
could have
he
been a
had. But,
different race, couldn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Look, I thought I was a little bit out of my league being up there, and a bit of a miracle lap to put me on the front row. But yeah, I managed to gap him. I was trying to make sure I was behind. I was quite tricky off the start actually to make sure you're still behind the guy, but make sure you're up good enough that you might be able to jump him. You know.
And you got that.
Yeah, I got it, but I think I pulled away the first half of that lap, which was starting to ring bells with me that they had a lot more fuel than I had, and I knew I was going to be in trouble later on in the race. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
because we were monitoring the gap there, and when you came out after you stopped, the gap was a lot bigger. So what we're hearing is your car was a bit lighter than Jake's.
So you
yes,
you
I
put
would've,
more
yeah.
fuel. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I had to add more fuel halfway there.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the balance in your car like? Because Nick's car, we've heard, was just
Oh,
toast at the end. He went backwards faster than he was
toast.
going
I think we used a bit more different expletive to toast.
Yeah, no, the car was solid, the whole race. Yeah, it was good.
Good pit stop.
It was consistent.
It looked it.
Yeah, it was consistent.
You didn't hit the flashy lights onto the...
No, nailed the pit stop, mate. Nailed the pit stop in and out. I was quite happy with my pit stop. A little bit sad to see Josh and Jake had managed to jump me, but obviously they put less fuel in.
And Josh...
But then smiled as you saw Josh.
And then
Josh got a
did
30
have a little
second.
smile on the inside with that stop going next to Josh's name. Yes, of course I did.
Yeah, well, he was charging back through. He was coming at a rate of knots too.
Yeah.
No surprises, but look, hey, it happens to the best of them.
Yeah.
Look,
Look, it was a great race, mate. Like I knew Jake had the pace on me, and if he was going to get past, he was going to be gone. And I was just concentrating so hard on nailing those exits every time because he didn't have anything, for me if I got the exit right out of all those corners. And I really wanted to hold it behind me to the last drop of fuel before I had to pit. And I actually went in with 0.7 of a litre left.
Because you knew he was gone.
I knew he was gone as soon as he got past me.
Yeah, because you had to load it up.
Yeah. So it was a great battle there right up to that point to keep those boys there. But
well, good second position then, because you could have turned it shit too.
Yeah, could have, mate.
Maxwell was on fire.
Maxwell and Margie were on fire behind me, and I did have a little smile to see that Margie was only 0.3 behind him. Which keeps him occupied.
Yeah.
And doesn't let him focus on me so much, does it?
Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I had a little eye on that gap behind me for the rest of the race.
Yeah, nice.
Really was trying to manage that, mate. But excellent. Happy to be here, boys.
Mate,
loved it.
It's great to have you up here. Everyone we've had up here tonight, you can literally hear you guys grinning. You guys.
Yeah.
Well, apart from Nick.
Oh, sorry, Nick. But he's right.
Yeah.
It's more of a
Yeah.
grimace. But yeah, look, all you guys are so stoked with the freaking first half of the race was we couldn't keep our eyes off the top five cars.
Yeah,
Like
nice.
the top 5 cars are.
Was where it was at.
It just
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
inseparable. It was amazing. You know, like.
The lap times were so fast.
Oh.
You're so close together. The lines, the different makes of cars. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Mind you, the Pro-Am challenge behind
Oh,
was
delivered,
heated up.
didn't
Yeah,
it?
they delivered big time. They were separated by only a few points, man. Remember, they were like line of stern on track. So, but look, I know you'll be wrapped with that result, Farmer.
It should
Oh,
be.
absolutely, mate. Yeah, I'll be going away smiling. You know, after a good one like that, it's always good to have a race like that, isn't it? Where you don't make any mistakes and you come away on the podium. So, happy days from my end, bud.
Nice work, man. Nice
Lovely
work.
work, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
well, enjoy the stream. You know where the beers are there.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
sipping on one,
he's
mate.
got the swipe card for the fridge.
I had one ready for this, so I tell you.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations. Brands Hatch next. So,
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, good luck, boys. I'm not here next week, but all the best. Yeah, thanks for doing the stream for us, eh? Cheers.
Too easy, man. Okay.
Cheers, bud.
See you, Farmer.
Yeah, boys.
User was moved out of your channel.
One for the comms box again. We've got a couple of guys in
User
there.
was moved to your channel.
See the Gleno Farmer. But tonight, who we got up here for
Drum
number
roll,
one?
please. Championship leader, race winner, Jake Mckellar. From
Is he still here?
Yeah. Are you still here? Like, we've had just about the whole field through the comms box.
I see that. Nice
well, thanks for hanging around.
Yeah, well, we do save the best to last. So,
and awesome effort tonight, man. It was just all over the place.
Look, we know what went down. We've seen it. You tell us what happened at your end. You give us your version. We don't need to ask the questions anymore. How's your race?
Even though Farmer jumped me at the start, I was pretty happy to actually chase someone. I hate trying to hold that first position, especially with those guys just behind. So I was happy to just stick behind him, to be honest. Had no idea where his fuel was going to end. So when he did go into the pit, I still had 6 laps to go. So I was pretty happy, knowing that my stock will probably be a bit shorter because of that. So it panned out.
And so that's the key, isn't it? It's like, where is the fuel going to end? It's who's put what on, because you don't save any, do you? It's just like, you go right down to the wire on the fuel, yeah?
Yeah, you never know, Everyone's got different strategies, so it really works out nice.
Yeah, because some guys could hold, maybe 5 litres or 10 litres or whatever, just to give a bit of weight in the car. But most of the boys up at the pointy end of the field, like where you are, don't do that, do they?
Yeah, no, they've figured out it seems to be the better strategy. Just don't quite fill your tank up, but get close to it.
Yep.
Well, what we did see is you were on the front row. You had a great battle the whole way. You got a lot of airtime. That was the battle to watch at the front. You've taken a big chunk of points away from your competitor there, Nick, who had his car just fall away from him. You'll be smiling going into Brands Hatch.
With 30 kg, yeah, short track, so anything could happen, eh? Probably the best track to have ballast on, to be honest.
Well, that's 4 wins for you now, Jake, so far in the season. You've had multiple podiums here. No stranger to the comms box. Your championship's tracking very nicely. Yeah, congratulations on that. That was a great drive.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and you're more than welcome up here, mate. You're becoming a bit of a regular. Grab a beer out of the fridge. We couldn't keep our eyes off what was going on up the front tonight.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll look forward to watching it.
Yeah, so good stream for you guys up the front. The top 4 or 5 guys there, mate. You throw a blanket over you guys. Hard to take.
Yeah.
Hard to stop watching. You know, like it's just super close.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
We knew you guys were working hard for it. So.
How are you feeling going into the back end of this championship?
Yeah, what have we got? A couple more to go.
Yeah. After tonight, a lot better.
Yeah.
Definitely. Good comeback from last week was a shit.
Last week was a struggle, wasn't it?
Yeah. So 2 rounds to go. Yeah, pretty happy to be honest. Got a fairly good lead, but it's not over till it's over. So.
Well, you went in with an 8-point deficit. That's going to blow out now with what's just happened. However, it's not over until the fat lady sings. We do know that anything can happen and will happen.
We don't even know who the fat lady is yet, but we'll tell you at the end of the season.
Nice.
Yeah, we will. But look, congratulations on your championship today. Whew, you must be puffed. We're excited. It's been fun so far.
JB's exhausted. He hasn't stopped talking all night. It's awesome.
Lose your voice, mate.
Awesome to see you back up here again. Like I said earlier, mate, you're more than welcome in the comms box, and it's becoming a regular thing. So awesome stuff. JB, let's kick this bloke out. And
good night, Jay.
We'll see. We're gonna see him next. We're gonna see him next week anyway. You know it. So.
Well, Davo.
Catch your breath, my friend. What a cracking night it has been. It is bloody. What is it? It's Friday. It's Good Friday Eve or something. You know, we just.
Yes, Easter weekend. Let's remember all of our fallen over this Anzac weekend.
Of course. Yes.
And,
I think that's next weekend. But anyway, just let's reflect.
That's right.
On tonight's race, because it was freaking awesome.
We're off to Brands Hatch next week, round 9, Asrnz. That's a sprint round 2 there. Jake mentioned he's not happy with carrying the extra kilos. And then after that, the grand finale, that's round 10 weeks of this. And we end on Spa. What a great way to end the championship in Enduro there. So
we got Brands Hatch and then Spa. Doesn't get any better than this. What a finale. What a couple of great tracks. Awesome stuff, JB. Wind her up.
Okay. Thank you, viewers. Let's see you back here next week. You know what to do. Same place, same time. Share the link. Love seeing your comments, Urza, on the stream. Thank you.
Everyone.
See you next week.
Click the buttons. We'll be back next Thursday for round 9.